Number 1, note that there will be general paper there and some other 3 subjects, so making 4. So these 4 subjects, try to get them very well. Their Post Utme is very easy, but you must also be calm, and at the same time you must be fast. You are laughing. Yes, you must be calm and be fast, because the time will not be enough at all. They will give you 50 questions to solve within 20 to 30 minutes, and these 50 questions, you can't really say that mathematics they will give you 15 questions, English they will give you 24 questions. No, it is randomly. A subject could be given maybe 4 will be given just 4 questions, and the others will be given some questions that will be more than 4. So note that these are some of the things that you should know. And in their mathematics, if you would see mathematics question at all, I tell you, you would see questions based on word problem. So try to do what? Get that very well and try to solve it over and over again. You will see a lot of questions that you would require you to do what? To use your brain. To use your brain, not just questions that you just see and solve, questions that you will think about. But don't be scared. I tell you, very, very simple questions. Don't worry. This year is your year of admission. I've already done some videos, so I would gather everything inside the playlist, and at the end of this video I would include that playlist, so you'll be able to click that playlist and watch all those videos that I've itemized in that playlist, like how to pass Post Utme and some other past questions that I've solved. Please, if you want more content like this as well, please click the red subscribe button now, and also click the notification bell so that whenever I upload videos you would get notified. Question number 1. It was Friday on January 1, 2010. What was the day of the week? January 1, 2011. A. Sunday. Option B. Wednesday. Option C. Thursday. Option D. Saturday. In this very video, I would tell you not just the question. I will not solve just only one question. I would solve some of the ways that very question could be twisted to bring another question. So go with me and you would get a lot. See, this very thing now, I would like you to note Friday. That's the very thing we need. It was on Friday, January 1, 2010. So after that, also note January 1, 2011. So we are looking at, let's now move to this very question. So how would we solve this? Just divide it by 7, because I tell you, if you add 7 days to this very day, because today is Saturday, today as I'm doing this video now, it's Saturday. So if you add 7 days to this Saturday, I tell you, you meet yourself next week Saturday. So that's telling you that if you should add 7 days to all those days, you would meet yourself at that very day. But it could be another date, normally another time. But if you should add 7, you would get yourself in that same day, but it could be another week. So now I've tried to divide, because I've realized that it's not a leap year, so it is 365 days. If it's a leap year, it's 366 days. So 365 days divided by 7. After dividing by 7, because a week has 7 days, Abby. So if you divide it by 7, you would get 52 point, like 52 number 1 over 7. That means 52 weeks plus 1 day. So after you've gotten 52 weeks and 1 day, that means on Friday it's exactly 52 weeks. So adding 1 day to that Friday would give you Saturday. So the answer would be D, because the interval between this January 1 and January 1 is 365 days. So that's how I got my answer as D. This very question could be twisted in a lot of ways, so please try to master things like this. This you can just follow this shortcut and you'll be able to get it just very fast. Now I told you that their questions are very simple, but you need to think critically on them. To test if you've understood what I said in question number 1, you can just check this very question right now and solve it. Tell me the answer in the comment section. Tell me the answer of this very question. I want to see if you've understood what I mean by leap year and all that. Please try to solve it, because it would help you. You could see something like this and you would be able to do it very fast if you can do it right now. Question number 2. A written piece of paper which indicates that goods bought and services rendered have been paid for is option A, an invoice, B, a receipt, C, a wage bill, D, a trade document. I intentionally picked this question because I tell you what they would like to test here is what your knowledge of invoice and receipt. Tell me, don't lie. Tell me if just tell me in the comment section if I'm not true. Do you know the difference between invoice and receipt? Tell me. Okay, don't worry, I will tell you the meaning of invoice and receipt. You will get it a lot in this video. But the main thing is that a lot of us don't really know the difference between invoice and receipt. So what is an invoice? An invoice is a document that shows a list of goods or services and the prices to be paid for them. While a receipt is a piece of paper in which the things that you buy or the services that you pay for are listed with the total amount paid and the prices for each. Okay, I want you to note this now. I've been paid for. You've paid for it. Before when you are trying to buy something, they would give you something. That's a document to be paid for. That's invoice. Invoice is to be paid for before you've bought it. That's an invoice. They will give you something before you bought it. That's an invoice. But a very document that you'll be given after you've bought it to tell you that you've paid for that very thing you've bought is what? A receipt. Of course, you know the meaning of wage bill and trade documents. I don't need to stress myself on that, but the main thing they would like to test here is what? Your knowledge of invoice and receipt. Invoice is used before payment. A receipt is used after payment. The answer of this very question is what? B. A receipt. Question number 3. What is the value of DCXL? A. 640, B. 504, C. 540, D. 600. I tell you, you know what would make some people to fail this is not that they don't really know it. Tell me, you were taught in primary school, right? But tell me, do you still know it? You are laughing. I tell you, you don't know it. So admit that you don't know it so that you would what? You would get something from this video. So D is what? If you are talking about D is 500. They've already known that you would have forgotten. That's the main thing. Yeah, well, some people would still know it though. I tell you, it's not that you will not know it, but most of us would have forgotten. So X is what? What is X? X is what? 10. And at the same time, L is 50. L is 50. So, and you know that if X is written before L, it will be 40. Remember, so XL is 40, right? And then this DC is what? Because it is C is written after D is what? 600. That's 500 plus 100 and what? Plus 40. If you add this together, you would get what? 640. So A is the very answer. So please try to solve questions like this. I tell you, questions that they would think that you would have forgotten, that's the very thing they will bring out. But don't forget, they are usually simple. Question 4. While preparing for the post-jam aptitude test, Felix read through pages 35 to 78 and 102 to 127 of an English textbook. How many pages did he read all together? Option A, 58. Option B, 70. Option C, 68. Option D, 64. I want you to note something. They are trying to get something from you, and I would like you to be brief. 35 to 37. If you check it very well, check it. You read 35. You read page 35. You read page 36. You read page 37. This is another example. You read page 35. You read page 36. You read page 37. Tell me, if you subtract 35 from 37, what would you get? You would get 2. But if you do what? If you check the pages you've read, you see that you read 3. So what's the difference between 2 and 3? It's 1. Let's check another example. If you read 88 to 89, page 88 to 89, you would see that if you should check the number of pages you've read, it is 2. You read 88 and you read 89. But if you subtract it, you would get what? 1. 89 minus 88, which is 1. If you check the difference between 1 and 2, it is also 1. So that means if you want to get the answer of anything like 35 to 78, you have to subtract it and add 1. 102 minus 127, you have to subtract it and the answer you will add 1. So they've already known that you will not be able to count 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 and all that in the exam hall to get the answer. That's why they've given you something like this, so that they will know someone that uses his or her brain to think before he answers or she answers question. So now this very answer, now if you subtract 78 from 35, you will see that it is what? 43. So now adding 1, you will get 44 pages. So you read 44 pages altogether. 102 minus 127, if you subtract it, you will get 25. So after you've gotten that 25, the next thing you should do is to what? Is to add 1 to that 25 to get 26. So now these 44 pages and 26 pages, adding it together, you would get what? You would get 70 pages. After you've gotten 70 pages, because they said how many pages did you read all together, so now you just what? Pick B as the answer. In a certain year were 150,000. What were the sales in July if the July sales were half the monthly average? A. 6,250 naira. B. 8,650 naira. C. 12,500 naira. D. 7,550 naira. So how would you solve this? I want you to note this at first. A bag shop in a certain year, just a year, where what? 150,000. That's the sales. What were the sales in July? If the sales in July were what? Half the monthly average. That's some of the things that we would use in this to solve this very question. I would like you to understand what we mean by monthly average. Monthly average is just that assuming in a month is having the same thing in every month. Yeah, that's the main thing. If in a month, in July 5,000, in October 5,000, every month is having is having something that is common. That's the meaning of monthly average. But it's not possible, because in a month, I tell you might see something that is very high in a month, and the second month you see something that will drop and thereabout. But that monthly average is just to do what? To track your performance. So if you want to get the monthly average of this very question now, it is 150,000 divided by 12, because we've known that in a year we have only 12 months. So monthly average is equal to what? 150,000 divided by 12. So after doing that, you would get what? You would get 12,500 naira as our monthly average. After you've gotten that, we were told that if the July sales were half the monthly average, that means even the monthly average, July did not get even up to the monthly average. It got half of the monthly average. So exactly, I think you've understood what I was saying the other time, that even in a month we can get something that is lower than the monthly average, and in a month we can get something that is very high compared to the monthly average. The answer here is A, 6,250 naira. Question number 7. A basket match. Roland was sitting in seat 356. Peter on the right of Roland was by the left of Samuel. Which seat is Samson sitting? So I want you to note this before we start. This very thing applies to some of the things that we do, some of the sports that we watch. You just look at it. If you are in a stadium watching a ball, look at how your team is performing and all that. You will be seated in what? If one is by the left, 2 will follow, 3 will follow, 4 will follow, 5 will follow, and the rest like that. You would be arranged numerically. So this is the very thing that happened here also. Roland was sitting in seat 356. Roland was sitting seat 356. So this is it, 356. Peter on the right of Roland in seat 355. So let's now start it now. Roland, this is Roland here. So the right of Roland, this is the right of Roland. This is the right of Roland. So Peter on the right of Roland, 355. So if you want to get where Roland is what? This is Roland. So this is what? 355. Samuel was on the left of Roland. This is the left of Roland here. This is Roland. This is the left of Roland. So you've seen that the interval here, you see, this is 355. This is 356. I tell you, this place cannot be 354. No. It will be what? It will be increasing as this very place is increasing because it is arranged numerically. So 355, 356, 357, and 358. So we were not told that what? Samuel was on the left of Roland. Yeah, this is Samuel. So Samson was by the left of Samuel. This is Samson here. And it is not difficult for us to get the number because we've gotten Samuel's own. So Samson is what? 358. That's the answer. 358. If you check this, the answer is what? The answer is 6. The answer is C. So that's the very answer of this question. Please try to solve things like this. You'll be required to use your brain rather than just writing something, and you will be required to use your brain to critically think on that very question before you could get something that is reasonable. Please, and try to be fast as well. Question number 8. What is the next number on the series? 18, 13, 9, 6, 4. Looking at this interval, you would see that the difference between 18 and 13 is 5. Let's write it out. 5. So now checking the second one. The difference between 13 and 9 is what? It is 4. Write it out. Checking it again, you see that the difference between 9 and 6 is 3. So write it out. Another one is what? The difference between 6 and 4 is 2. Write it out. If you note this difference, you will see that it decreases as the number increases, as the series increases here. The difference what? Decreases. So that's telling you that the next one should be what? The next one should be 1. The next one should be what? The next one should be 0. The next one should be what? The next one should be 1 minus 1 and the likes. Then 6 minus 4 is what? 2. So after you've gotten that, you know that if you subtract the next one, which should be 1 minus 4, you'd get what? 3. So the answer here is what? The answer is 3. As I got the C as the answer. That's 3. Question number 9. President Barack Obama is the Dutch president of the United States of America and the first African American president of USA. Actually, I know you would know that this is not again, it is worse. Yes, Donald Trump is now the president of USA. Donald Trump. So I tell you, Barack Obama was the 44th president of United States. 44th president. But I want to tell you some of the ways you can see this question. You can just ask you that when was Barack Obama given birth to? It is what? August 4, 1961. And looking at it also, you could be asked, like now, that Donald Trump is what? Is the Dutch president of United States of America. You should be able to discern that it is what? 45th president of United States of America. And of course, as at the time I'm trying to gather these resources and do this video, I tell you they are planning on doing an election, that's general election, in November 3, 2020. And this very election, I don't know who would be the winner, but just try to comment in the comment section also the person you think could be the winner. I also put my comment as well there. So, and the same thing here, you know what? He started his reign, that's January 20, 2017. That's Donald Trump. So for you to know all those things, you could be a chance of gaining admission because you do what? You've already known some things ahead of others. Because I tell you, anything you can learn, try to learn them. It would help you very well. Also prepare for things that are related to coronavirus. Know more about coronavirus. Know where it started. Know how some of the things they are using as a cure and some other things about coronavirus. With this, you will be able to gain admission this year because this very year, you know, these are some of the things that you can hear all around, and this will be something that will be included in the general paper as well. Just a suggestion though, it might not work, but I tell you, just try to know more about coronavirus. Question number 10. A hexagonal kite has dash sides. Option A 5, option B 6, option C 4, and option D 7. So what could be the answer? I want to start by telling you that if you see anything like hexa, it is 6. Anything like hexa. You see anything like penta, that's penta, pentagon and the likes, it is 5. You see anything like oct. You see anything like oct, it is what? It is 8. You see anything like hept is what? 7. You see anything like nonagon is 9, and decagon is what? 10. So you're just trying to test your knowledge of this very thing. So hexagon would give you what? 6. So the hexagonal kite has what? 6 sides. Just like I told you in the beginning of this video, that will display a playlist in which you can click, and that playlist will take you to the list of the videos I've made for Post Utme students that would help you, even the past questions of various schools and some other things that would help you to pass your Post Utme and gain admission this year. Check the screen right now, you would see the playlist. Just click on it. So with this playlist,